September 14th is an ancient feast known as the Exaltation or Triumph of the Holy Cross. The feast honors the cross upon which Jesus was crucified to redeem the world from sin and death, and it recalls three events. First is St. Helenas' pilgrimage to the Holy Land and finding of the true cross of Christ in Jerusalem around the year 326. According to tradition, Bishop Macarius of Jerusalem and St. Helena oversaw excavations to pinpoint the sites of Calvary and the tomb of Christ in order to build a church there. During the dig, the wood of three crosses were recovered, but no one was able to identify which one belonged to Jesus until a dying woman who touched all three was miraculously healed by the true one. The bishop then carried the cross atop a pulpit before a prayerful crowd who chanted, "Lord have mercy." Second is St. Helena's son, Emperor Constantine's dedication of the completed Church of the Holy Sepulchre on September 13, 335, which was built over the site of Mount Calvary. 1/3 of the true cross was housed there the next day, with another third being sent to Constantinople and the last portion to Rome. Since that time, relics of the true cross have become objects of public veneration by the Christian faithful, especially every September 14th and Good Friday. Third is the Byzantine emperor's restoration of the true cross back to Jerusalem in 629, after it had been stolen by Persian invaders in 614. The story goes that the emperor tried to carry the cross back to Jerusalem himself, but couldn't move forward until he took off his imperial vestments and entered in as a barefoot pilgrim. It is after this event that Rome began to celebrate the feast in the West. Among the various Eastern churches, the Maronite Catholic tradition begins an entire season of the Holy Cross, starting with September 14th and ending with the start of their liturgical year in November. The cross is the most universal symbol of the Christian faith. Even though it was a Roman instrument of torture and death, Christ, through his obedience and love, transformed it into a sign of victory over sin and the new tree of life, which opens the way to eternal life. The most common liturgical reading for the feast is from Numbers 21, the story of the bronze serpent, whose image Moses placed atop a pole for the Hebrews to gaze upon and be healed from the venom of snakes. Jesus himself cites this as a prefiguration of the raising of his cross for all to see and be healed from sin. As Pope Francis has said, "Today the cruelty of the cross is not what is exalted, but the love that God manifested to humanity by accepting death on the cross."